Okay, did not take me long until I hit record again because first of all, I realized in my being a high freaking, you know, you guys know, in that happening, I forgot to finish what I was saying. So, let's pick a good color. Whatever, yellow. Okay, so I was mentioning how. Okay, just making sure I can draw there. How there's a mass here, there's a fluid here, generally speaking, and then the currents are coming in from opposing directions, producing a mass on one side, a fluid on the other, that then the fluid flows around the mass. So it's almost like maybe more like the nucleus is more detectable here, and this is more, I don't know. Um, and I was talking about, I don't know what to call it. I was going to say slide. About this region, how this and has an arc, and then so kind of what I was getting at. So to finish that thought, so is what I forgot to do. Is this is kind of like the arc, the Mauna Loa, and then kind of like the opposing volcano thing. I don't know if this is technically considered a volcano's location. In fact, I don't think it is. But like to compare it to this structure here, it's kind of like 1 point this thing and then arc. 1 point this thing and then arc. Plus, like I mentioned before, the arc has like a Mariana Trench, maybe even like a Mariana Trench, which then dips down. Maybe it is like a Mariana Trench. I don't know. It's kind of reminiscent of like I was mentioning in the last video, how it branches off from there. I was really thinking more in this line, but it is plausible that like initially it was more in that line, maybe. Like this is for certain not quite as. This is more in line than this one is. So maybe at some point, like the energy flows were more in line to be more like that. So, okay, that's right. So there was that. There was that. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to kind of finish the thought, and also just generally speaking, maybe I should continue to finish the thought. This, like, here, and then kind of here. That looks sort of reasonable, like in terms of volcanics, where there's a bubble that forms like in this region, breaking like nodes. Maybe there's a node. Something breaking bonds in some way, like between the more name, like this node. This node isn't like the bond itself, but breaking the bond like from here to here. So there's that. Okay. Now, I was looking at this. It occurred to me this is very much. Let's go back to here, I guess. If we just kind of draw this layer one, I guess. And then dot, 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 because maybe that slid. Maybe not, I might be mistaken on that. Because also, but then like a band. And then this. Maybe like that also, hard to say. Okay. So, what I found interesting about this, I'm like, this shape. Like, how could a sphere be formed of this shape? Isn't it this, of all shapes for this to be, like, this is a good shape to make a sphere out of. Because, like, basically it wraps around like glasses pretty much. Like, it looks like glasses. But more like a band that has bulges to it that allows for the sphere, like pretty much the band to wrap around. So maybe like this portion here, like actually was like right here kind of thing. And then this portion went up like here. Wow. This island was actually over here kind of thing. And then this was actually adjacent here. But then, like, conveniently, now that I see it, thankfully, because I'm like, oh, will this ever work? Will this ever freaking work? Thankfully, we got this triangle type structure here. Part of me is I probably remove a little too much seamount. Copy, paste. Oops. Oh. Copy, paste. Maybe that worked. Cool. Even this kind of makes sense for if it was like physically attached energetically underneath, like this was. Just like, should I draw, like, copy this one here? Like this. Bring it over here. Put it lower. Angle it like 10 degrees. Actually, it'd probably be. I wish I could just do this. Like that may not make sense from that angle. Let's keep going. Maybe they weren't the poles. I've been calling them the poles, and they're just so close to one another. I'm just trying to think if this makes sense as a sphere. Can this be a sphere? Like this shape. Probably. These kind of make sense as coming from here. Reminiscent of sill or dikes in Sarastra. I don't know. But my thought was like this shape plus this shape, like they probably go together in a sphere. And like exactly what's going on here. Like this probably was here. Like that, like the head of a body. Like that. And this one just kind of makes sense here. Although maybe it was here. What about that? Or was it both? I'm just thinking, like, if it was a polar region, then maybe it could, like, feasibly, effectively be both. I mean, it almost has to be both. Like, and it kind of fits both. Like, although I'm adding this. Was this all ever what I was just saying? Maybe not then. Maybe I'm a fool. It was like that. People are like, yeah, dude. Yeah, you do you. You do you. I'll do me. Fair enough. I can't even figure out the friggin' angles over and over again. It just, every time is a guessing game. Which angle is which? Counterclockwise is minus. Okay, maybe I can remember that now. Okay, clockwise is plus. I keep trying to think off of like a. Well, it must be off of 0 degrees, so minus, plus. I don't know why I'm thinking that, or plus, because it's like opening the angle from the 0 is like plus, like counterclockwise. That's where I'm getting stuck up on this. Okay. It's almost like a fold line. And if this is like if this was always here, then maybe it's just like this. One segment that was basically over here and over here because it was a sphere. Does that make sense? Essentially this, Let's copy it again. Paste. And counterclockwise. No, we want clockwise. Okay. Like it physically would then attach like over top as well. This way to then attach. Because it's rolling. It's not rolling, but like because it's a sphere, it's as if it's rolling in order to just like consider each connection point along this like W structure thing here. So like this whole side is connected to this whole side. Here is connected to here. I don't know if that makes sense. It would be this side. Okay, that's good. Wait. Is that what I had? No, that's not what I had. I had this island, not this island. Totally different based on the seamount at that point. If I like interpret these just to be where they are and no movement, then this makes the most sense along here. And then just like one of these attaching. So actually, I was saying this was a pole. I was mistaken. This is the North Pole, but the South Pole is maybe Mauna Loa. Like all of the sphere, and then this to do the same thing. It's rotated this way. I'm not sure if this side. I really feel like this side. Like, it just makes sense that this side was attached to something. Of like a. That it broke away from. Maybe it was just generally here. Like, the. This structure was actually just larger and like it degraded, so now we see like the first chunk broke away, then the next chunk. I don't know. I'm trying to think how it would do that. Where are we? Okay, let's look at my previous things. There, the question mark zone for this one. This one's nothing arranged really. I think I took away too much definition for this. Let's redo this. Get a better idea of where the region it might have came from. Okay, it doesn't have to be all the way, just to allow for more like subtlety, since we're kind of I put too much information out on this already. That's already like definitely wrong or questionable to a high degree, and probably not gonna be what I stabilize on if this ends up being a thing that I believe happened. I put out too much just like me working through it stuff. Okay, so 90 degrees. Like this little bit is maybe a little too much. I know what I can do. Pull these away. Copy this segment. Just make an overlayer. Okay, copy. Oops. Copy, paste. Okay. Move that back. There. There. Okay. What? Oh, crap. I cut from the wrong one. um, that's okay, whatever. Just by having the red line, I guess it's better. Like, this is a little odd. Let's turn this some more. It made me think of this, like there. Maybe. Let's turn it 30 degrees. I don't know. Oh, 60 degrees. Huh. This almost needs this layer above for like this portion only. Like, I need to cut this into fanning segments. Oh my god. Because I feel like this generally, like this kind of makes sense as a chakra here. Where are we looking at on the island? That is, I believe that's a significant location on the island in terms of the currents is right here. If away from right by that, so that's good. That's a good sign that this chakra point is what ends up being a significant current location where there's a chakra there. It's not attached like that, maybe. But then just continue to roll like this too. Chakra, then like there to there. Uh, Almost like that. That's actually a pretty good spot to rest it, I guess. This one can just go. And then maybe I can just fade this a little bit. Oops. What? Oh. Unfortunately, I can't fade that one. Can I just hide this one? How much effect does that have? Like nothing. Well, this region that I want to mess with. I just wanted to look like it just was always there, because maybe it was after all. Okay, and then I think this is right. Oh my god. Pardon me, I'm just feeling it now. Like, this has gotta be it. This has gotta be. I gotta be on to something now. Pretty much I needed to like roll from here, so go like 60 degrees, is that the right? I need this to go up to that corner too. So let's say needs to turn clockwise 90 degrees. And then another 30-ish, another 30, another 30, apparently. A little bit more that way. Okay. So it's almost like maybe this like the far side. This region, I guess. Is it possible that wraps around? Like, what's going on with that? If that's the case. I feel like this is way too exposed. Honestly, it's not bad though. It's really not bad. As crazy as that sounds. No, it's that bad. Let's hide that stroke. I feel way better about this than any of the others. Not that that matters. I'm like the boy who cried wolf. Gotta be careful not to be that kind of way. But I kind of am in some ways. Just trying to make it look like I didn't do that. Why in the... This should really be... oh. Maybe turn this one down to opacity wise. This one down opacity wise. Even further opacity wise. Even further. Back up. This side's a little harder. This one probably should be full opacity. This one practically. This one maybe not. Maybe this one full opacity. This one a little lower. So let's do different colors. Red to red. Red is a little, unfortunately. I almost need to redo this whole thing. Crap. Okay, dudes. If someone can make this into a sphere, that would be super duper. Export. Okay. See you soon.